Yo, what is up guys? I am back with another video. So today we are doing a tier list. We are doing the tier list for best Marvel movies. Now I have a special guest with me today. Go ahead and shout yourself out, big dog.
NANI?
So funny story. I don't think it's recorded your audio this whole time. We might have to do this again.
Hey, no, we do this again. We gotta find a different tier list. We gotta.
Yo, what's up guys? Nah,
again,
y'all ain't gonna believe this. Actually, you might. Man, I recorded a whole tier list and it literally, I didn't have Nate's audio. That freaking sucks.
That's hilarious.
So we're gonna do Star Wars movies and some shows because you know there's too many. So we're jumping straight in. We went ahead and put Mandalorian in 8th scene because technically I haven't finished it. I don't think Nate's even started that jump. We're starting with Phantom Menace. Now people have mixed feelings on this, but regardless of what you say, Qui-Gon Jinn is that guy, and Maul definitely carried this movie. That whole scene is the only thing worth watching in this movie. The pod racing was cool, and this is how you meet my favorite character. So I'm okay with putting this in B. This is probably on the lower end of Star Wars movies from the OG trilogy, in my opinion.
I definitely say the same thing, honestly. Well, by being the least, I think it's definitely like aged a lot better than what it was at one point. Because people
most definitely
literally like hated this movie.
They honestly hated the prequels.
And now the prequels, they get more love. Because if you ask anybody, I'd say like before Force Awakens came out, well honestly before like the whole trilogy finished, which was 2020, something like that. Like if you ask anybody before that, the prequels were the worst thing that ever happened to the Star Wars franchise. But I'd say Phantom Menace, solid beat, good start.
Now, I will say, people think Attack of the Clones is actually the worst one. It's debatable between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Now, me personally, I think it deserves a little more grace because I think Attack of the Clones is like 2002, so this was still really early in CGI. I think if Attack of the Clones came out today, it would be viewed like much better because I think what people hate about like A New Hope and stuff like that is because it looks so old. They was trying to fit a lot of stuff in that movie. Me personally, I would be okay with putting it in B, but I might have it in A personally.
I think I'm thinking A, honestly, because like I enjoy it. The thing that gets me about Star Wars the most will forever be three things: the fights, the soundtrack, and Yoda.
Oh yeah, Clone Wars, S, easy.
Movie or the show?
This is the show.
Oh, S, easy. Like
the movie and
honestly,
the show, it's all the same, honestly. The movie, it started off as a movie and then they made it a series, which is the best thing they've ever done. They ended it perfectly too, right where he segues into killing the younglings without actually showing it, and then it leads up to movie 3 so perfectly. Every episode was good. I waited every week to watch this show.
So
Yes.
making sure the best fights of the whole
series.
In the series. I was gonna say trilogy, the whole series. Amazing soundtrack. The story, like, oh my goodness. The only gripe is, you can elaborate on this if you want, but like I feel like they killed Dooku off so early in 3. Like,
would you put it before Clone Wars? I would.
I think like it might be I'll say you can put it before. You can put it ahead of it.
I do agree with what they did with Dooku because I always hated that we never saw on screen all of what Dooku could do, because there's a reason why Palpatine chose Dooku. Obviously, he was very skilled. Do it. Just do it.
Do it. Solo, the movie, pretty solid. You know, Han Solo, the origin of my boy Lando Calrissian. Love me some Lando Calrissian. And some Donald Glover, of course.
It was pretty good. I wouldn't put it up there with the main Star Wars, like Revenge of the Sith. I wouldn't I put it nowhere near that, honestly. I probably put it at C.
That's what I was thinking, because this is around time where like it started getting real dicey. Like
this was close to the Disney takeover. Okay, yeah, so they're Disney. Now, Rogue One was good. I would probably put Rogue One at B.
Or wait, in front or behind Phantom Menace?
I'd say behind, because I can't say Rogue One was better than Darth Maul. Darth Maul will always be iconic. Double lightsaber, prime Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Man, when they show Vader is so iconic simply because, like, just simply off the fact of, like, he can stand there and then as soon as he presses that lightsaber, force. Yay! Like,
yeah, he like shakes the room. Like, I love that.
Rogue One definitely slept on.
Most def. Oh yeah. It's just people hate Star Wars without lightsabers. I'm like, there's more to Star Wars than lightsabers. Now, this next one, I don't think you've watched this one. Have you watched Rebels?
Yeah, I watched Rebels. Yeah.
Okay. I liked Rebels. Now, it's nowhere on Clone Wars' level, but I low-key think that it's slept on because it's the first series that Disney did. I will say, Ezra was kind of annoying in the beginning, but Kanan was strong enough to like keep me like watching every week. I think it's a sleeper. I honestly, I'd put it in B. I'd put it before Rogue One on the low.
I think about to say it's better than Darth Maul because it's
not better
than Darth Maul.
It's not. But they did pull on the OG's heartstrings by having Ahsoka fight Vader. I will say that last season, and they did a really good job depicting Inquisitors. And I like that they had the spinning lightsabers. I thought that was pretty tough. They like let them glide with the lightsabers. It was clean. Like, there was a lot of good stuff in there. Like, they had Lothal on there. Thrawn was really freaking awesome. So, I'm a Sith Lord on the low. So
on the low is insane.
Yeah, I'd put it in between. It's not better than Maul, but they got it really close with having it like adult Ahsoka versus Vader.
I definitely agree with the B solely because like I didn't watch it when it was access to Disney XD, but when I like sat down and actually watched it on Disney Plus, it was pretty good. Like everything I seen was pretty good. So yeah, but it's gonna be better than Darth Maul. I didn't know it's gonna be better than Darth Maul. Everything else,
I'll be honest, like, the next 3 movies I could debate that they're S tier. A New Hope, it's iffy because it's old as heck, but we've got to be honest. A New Hope is basically where it all started. The only thing about A New Hope, I've seen it so many times. I usually don't go out of my way to watch it now, which is funny that I'm going to try to put this in S, but I'd be willing to put it in A because I watched it that many times.
I'll say I got 2 valid. So I only have like 1 gripe about this movie, and since it's like the first movie, the lightsaber battle was not good like at all because it's like the first ever lightsaber battle. So you can see like all the imperfections, which I kind of see as like something like a good thing and a bad thing. So I'm biased towards New Hope because like that was my first Lego Star Wars game.
Was it really?
And, yeah, because I know like the original like 1 through 3 came out. Like the only reason I watched 4, 5, and 6 was because of Lego Star Wars, and I'm thinking, hey,
wait, are we gonna put it before Phantom? Huh? I would.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Now, this is Empire Strikes Back. I will tell you now, Empire Strikes Back was my favorite movie. I'd say it's very biased because, you know, my love for Darth Vader. Very, very biased. I just think that, I don't know, like Revenge of the Sith is really freaking good. You got Obi-Wan versus Anakin in a heated battle. They're flying, but then Empire Strikes Back is like full force Vader. You've got him firing people. You've got him choking out people. As a Vader fan, debatably Revenge of the Sith, it's close. Because there was moments where both are my favorite, but again, huge Vader nerd. Both of those are my favorite Star Wars movies.
I'm thinking, I don't know why I was gonna say C. I'm really just thinking about letters right now.
No, sir.
I'm thinking S. It's definitely S, honestly.
But would you personally put it before Revenge?
No.
You wouldn't personally? Why?
Like, honestly, like Empire Strikes Back isn't even like my favorite in the like original trilogy. Like it's like second.
New Hope is your favorite?
No. Actually,
Return of the Jedi is your favorite?
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no way. Return of the Jedi. Now, granted, Return of the Jedi is gas. You got the Force Ghost. You got peace and happiness. darkness and all that. You got peak Luke Skywalker. Return is really good. Me personally, I'd probably say it's probably like my third. Yeah, that's probably S tier though. I can't even give you like a good argument on why it's not.
Yeah,
it is gas, but the fact that it's your favorite, I just feel like hating on it. But you're saying Return is better than Clone Wars?
Ooh.
And this is where it gets sticky, because now we've got Revenge Strikes Back, and now we're about to put Return. But where are we gonna freaking put Return in here? Because Return is really good, but my love for Vader won't allow me to put it before him. I'm not a huge Luke Skywalker fan. I'm not. He is goated. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say there's bad things about him because the man is crazy.
Now, I'll say, like,
you're saying it's better than Clone Wars?
Clone Wars had more time to be like fleshed out, and like I seen more cooler stuff in Clone Wars, if I'm being honest. Like, I say where it's at is fine. The only reason I was like, I'm cool with like Revenge of the Sith, or like Empire being between Revenge of the Sith and Clone Wars, is because Empire has some of my favorite like places in Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Cloud City, Dagobah. Come on now.
Yeah, man. Dagobah eats.
Right. Come on now.
As a Yoda fan, that's prime Yoda right there.
Exactly.
Teaching Luke the ropes. Him carrying him on his back will always be iconic. This is Resistance, so this is basically like a continuation of Rebels, but this is like Ezra when he's a little bit older, and a bunch of no-names in BB-8. So I don't know.
I don't know either. Now we're getting to the...
So, in my opinion, I think Force Awakens is the best of the bunch, but my biggest complaint about these movies is, one, they made Kylo. Like, I don't think he was canon. They just made his character for the movie. That's number one. Number two, they waited till literally the last 20 minutes of the movie to have a lightsaber battle, and she had no type of training. That's number two. Number three, she showed like she had ability of the Force, but she was able to hold off a trained Padawan in the Force. Mentally, a Sith apprentice, a former Padawan. She was able to fight back with ease, not sweating, not tired, not passing out. I had an issue with that personally. Now, that could mean that he's weak, but you mean to tell me you trained with the Luke Skywalker in his prime and you didn't learn the Force, who he learned from Yoda? I don't know. That's just poor writing. Then they let Finn pick up the lightsaber, which was cool, but then he didn't do anything with it, so it was just a waste of time. Those are like my three biggest icks about this movie. I think they also spent too much time of her on her home planet, being herself.
Yes.
I feel like they could have sped that up. Yes. To me, the main character was John Boyega. I think they paced him being a stormtrooper very well. My Star Wars nerdness wants me to put it in D.
I say you can put it in C before Solo.
You're putting that before Solo? It's crazy.
Oh no, after. My bad.
I'm like, ain't no way.
It's not awful, but like.
But it wasn't
it's not
good.
Really that, yeah. Like it was just like that one South Park episode where it said, the new Star Wars movie is just alright. When I was watching, because I ain't go in theaters. It was like my senior year of high school when this came out. I don't think it was flat out. It was just alright. Dude, I definitely do feel like John Boyega was the main character, like was supposed to be the main character of this. But they definitely forced like us to try to be impressed, or like, I forgot her name already. Rey?
Yes. I think if they paced it correctly, it would have been believable. But the fact that she had no prior training, like they just found her, she had Force powers, like they sensed her in the Force and they took her in. Even Anakin, when he was brought in, didn't have Force, like he just had the midichlorians or whatever the heck those things are called. Now, I will say this next movie I have mixed feelings about because they brought in Mark Hamill. And to me, when you bring in a goated, like if they brought in Hayden Christensen in this movie, like it just makes it nostalgic because they brought the OG. But my main gripe is I hate that they had them like connected in the Force and they didn't know like it wasn't each other. Yeah, like obviously it had to be some external thing. And honestly, if they would have meditated together, they would have figured out way sooner.
The Last Jedi is my favorite out of the trilogy. It's so bad, it's good.
It was very bad.
It's like the amount of cringe, the amount of goofy stuff that was happening in this movie is was absurd. Like there was really no explanation behind any movie at all.
Now,
it was just
Leia was also in this movie, which I have a soft spot. But I hated how they did Han Solo. Han Solo was just so over the movie, he just wanted to die. And that really pissed me off. Because then they also made them divorced, which makes no type of sense. I don't know if I could put this before Solo, because the overall movie was so corny.
Seeing Leia floating in space.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know where to put it.
I want to say E. I want to put it in E, because, like, is it worse than...
We've got to move Force down, too. There's no way.
Yeah.
This is... To me, these are equally as bad, but this one is the saving grace in this movie is John Boyega. Like, if you take out Finn's whole character, this movie is hot doo-doo. Kylo is a freaking angsty teenager obsessed with his dead grandpa that he's never met. And this last one, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't see it.
You didn't see it?
I heard they kiss, boy. I said, oh heck, I'm not watching this. I can't.
Like, my biggest issue with, like, this the whole, like, new trilogy, Adam Driver, he wanted to be this flat-out evil, but they wanted to have him, like, as a redeeming character. And they had, like... So you pretty much know like what happens, right? Like, you think she'll be related to
Palpatine's freaking clone's granddaughter. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? And then she's a freaking Skywalker.
So this is the movie. So this is a callback from earlier, Attack of the Clones, Yoda. Now Yoda did a thing where he burned down the Jedi tree as a Force ghost in this movie, and I'm like, that is so flipping cool. Like it was just so cool that he did that. Like I'm like, he was really in touch. He was really in touch with bro. Like that's the only redeeming quality of this. I'm like, they brought back my boy, and that's it. The only good thing I can think about it. Like
who was the main villain? Because didn't they kill Snoke in the second movie?
Who was the main villain? Because I know like Kylo, he was still technically the main villain, but like because they fought, but then they ended up fighting against Palpatine's like Force Ghost or something. Oh yeah, Palpatine's Force Ghost or something. I can't now remember this movie clearly, like at all. It was. I'm
not gonna lie, this sounds like a butt pool. Like if you were to like collect every butt pool ever and make it into one movie, okay, we're gonna throw Kylo in there. Oh, he's a good guy. Oh, we're gonna bring Palpatine back, but he's a clone. And then it turns out Rey is the granddaughter of this clone. Like, it's just butt pool after butt pool after butt pool. Like, how deep are you digging at this point? You gotta reach the doo-doo at some point. Like, you digging too far in there.
They've been reaching doo-doo when,
That's why they had to bring Mark Hamill back. And they knew what they were doing. And they knew we were gonna watch it. And it worked.
Force Awakens stands for doo-doo. And,
it's crazy to me. Is like the first one was like, we'll call it low mid, right? You really think, oh, it can't get worse than this, and they literally prove you wrong every movie. Like the team, I really felt like somebody really thought this was a good idea, and maybe it could have been. Maybe it was just the execution. Maybe it was the actress. Maybe it was the editing. I don't know. I just felt like having a main female Jedi could have been so awesome for Star Wars, because Star Wars is so male oriented and the males in the Star Wars community are so freaking toxic. This is kind of like what me and Charity talked about in our the panel, and it's like, this is why they hate women. This is why they didn't want to give Acolyte a chance, because Rey freaking blew it. Like, this shouldn't have been their first move. Honestly, they should have went with Leia, like somebody who has that much clout that no matter what they do, it won't be bad. Like, you cannot ruin Leia's character, because notice how she's in these movies and she is completely untouched in opinion. She has remained the same. Carrie Fisher, like beautiful job. But like, to me, these movies are like Twilight. That's how I view these movies. Like
that's an accurate description.
Like, so this is our tier list, guys. I'm actually really happy with this. We did pretty good. Yeah. So we got
Revenge of the Sith.
I can't even remember my own movie. Revenge of the Sith. We got Empire, Clone Wars, Return of the Jedi, New Hope, Attack of the Clones is A. I feel the comments coming. Phantom Menace, Rebels, Rogue One, Solo by itself in C.
Hey, it's really riding solo right now.
No, for real. So guys, I just would like to thank my special guest, the Nader himself. So this is our tier list. I'm pretty happy with it. Nate, are you happy with what we've created?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I kind of like this tier list thing. The hardest part for me is, y'all know I'm very indecisive. Special thanks to Nate. Thank you for coming out. It's so hard to get this dude to do anything. He's just antisocial.
You. That's you, not me.
He's lying. He's lying. If you guys liked this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe if you guys like my content. I post every week. I have been slacking on my Dragon Ball Daima. I'm picking it back up. We're doing a couple more different anime things going on. I'm switching gears into manga. If you guys subscribe, you'll get to see these different types of content. And, you know, feel free to check me out. And, you know, maybe you'll see some tier lists in the future. I do think this is something that I enjoy, but I know I'm very indecisive, so I have to be very careful with this next one. Thank you guys for all the love I've been getting on my Blue Lock videos. I can't, like, I can't even put into words how happy and excited I've been. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, so as always, guys, y'all know how I do. That's the tea, sis.